So I did exactly what she asked, Clay. I stopped. And the moment she realized the silence gave me peace instead of pain.
For months, everything I did was wrong. It was like living inside a maze where the walls moved every time I found the exit. If I worked long hours, she'd say I didn't care about our relationship. If I came home early, I was being clingy. If I planned a date night, I was smothering her. But if I gave her space, I didn't love her enough. I was always just one wrong word away from another explosion. Then one Tuesday, I came home from work and found her packing a suitcase on the bed. Her clothes were folded in these perfect, quiet stacks. There was no emotion on her face, no anger, just detachment. When I asked what she was doing, she barely looked up. "I'm going to stay with Rachel for a while," she said. "I need time." I asked her how long a while was. She just shrugged. "A couple of weeks, maybe more." I tried to reason with her. I tried to stay calm. I tried not to beg. We had 13 years together. You don't just zip up a suitcase and walk away from that. But she wasn't asking for a discussion. She was informing me. She zipped the bag, grabbed her keys, and walked out the door. And that was it. That night, the house felt haunted. It was too quiet, too spacious. I kept expecting to hear her footsteps, her voice, her presence, but there was nothing. The silence felt so wrong. Until it didn't. By Saturday, the guilt started to eat at me. I sent her a text just asking if she was okay. 3 hours later, a single word came back. "Fine." The next day, I tried calling. It went straight to voicemail. So I texted again asking if we could talk. Her response cut me clean in two. "Stop suffocating me. I'll contact you when I want to." I stared at that message for a long time. That word, suffocating. After 13 years together, just caring about her was now considered suffocation? I typed one word back, "Understood," and then I did something I hadn't done in years. I chose peace. I muted her notifications, turned off location sharing, and removed her from my emergency contacts, putting my cousin Derek there instead. I didn't block her. I didn't cut her off. I simply did exactly what she asked. I stopped reaching out. That night, for the first time in months, I slept without anxiety. There were no arguments replaying in my head, no bracing for the next accusation, just deep, peaceful sleep. The next morning, I made coffee without being critiqued for my caffeine consumption. I watched basketball without hearing heavy sighs from the other room. I ordered Chinese food from the place she always hated. I just breathed. I existed. It felt so incredibly peaceful. By the middle of the week, I had a new rhythm: work, gym, home, repeat. I met up with my friend Marcus for beers, something I hadn't done in over a year because she hated when I went out with my friends. And for 3 solid hours, I didn't think about her once. People at work started to notice, too. My coworker Jennifer walked by my desk and said I seemed lighter, more relaxed, even happier. I just shrugged it off, but she was absolutely right. For the first time in years, I wasn't walking on eggshells. I wasn't editing my own personality. I wasn't waiting for the next mood swing to hit. Week 2 felt like waking up from a long, bad dream. I started reconnecting with old friends. We went to trivia night, movie nights, had breakfast at diners. All these little joys that I'd abandoned because she always found something wrong with them. I even started my old hobbies again: pottery, weightlifting, playing basketball. My life was expanding every single day she wasn't in it. Then her family started reaching out. Her mother texted asking if everything was okay between us. I replied she asked for space. I'm giving it to her. Her aunt called to ask if I was doing all right. I told her I was good. It was strange. They all seemed more confused than genuinely concerned. By week 3, Jennifer at work was teasing me about smiling too much. My friend Ryan said I looked like my old self again. Even Kevin from the finance department, who barely talks to anyone, said I seemed weirdly zen. That's when the messages from her circle really ramped up. Her mother, her aunt, her friend Rachel's husband, then Rachel herself. They were all circling the same topic. She's asking about you. She thought you'd reach out by now. She's upset that you aren't contacting her. I gave them all the same simple answer every time. She told me not to, and every time they pushed back with the same baffling logic. But she didn't mean it that way. My thought was, well, then she should have said something else. 4 weeks passed. 4 weeks without a single message directly from her. 4 weeks where I completely rediscovered who I was before all the arguments, the constant tension, and the nonstop criticism. Then Monday arrived. I was in a major executive meeting, a career-defining moment, when I felt my phone on silent, vibrating nonstop in my pocket. After the meeting finally ended, I pulled it out. 87 unread messages. 23 missed calls. Every single text was more frantic than the last. Where are you? Why aren't you answering? Call me now. Answer me. This isn't funny. I need you. I took a deep breath and calmly typed back. You asked me not to contact you. I respected that. What changed? She called instantly. I let it ring, then I texted her back. I'm at work. I'll call later. Her reply was immediate. When is later? I wrote, when I'm done with work. The shift in power was palpable. She wasn't used to me having boundaries. She wasn't used to me choosing myself. By the afternoon, she sent another message. You've changed, I replied. You wanted space. I gave it to you. The next day, she showed up at my office. She was crying, shaking, saying she felt like she was losing me. She insisted she never meant, don't contact me, literally. She said she expected me to fight for us. I looked at her and said quietly, You don't get to tell someone to leave you alone and then get angry when they actually do. She begged. She pleaded. She wanted the old version of me back, the one who would chase her, comfort her, and absorb all the emotional damage. But that man was gone. We met at a coffee shop that evening. She sat across from me, her eyes red and puffy, and she was trembling. I made a mistake, she whispered. I didn't mean to push you away. I took a sip of my coffee and said, But you did. And for once I listened. She asked if we could fix it. And that's when I asked the question that had been on my mind for weeks. Do you miss me, or do you miss having control over me? She didn't have an answer. Her silence told me everything I needed to know. I stood up, thanked her for the conversation, and told her I was done walking on eggshells forever. She started to cry again. I just walked away. Later that night, I sent her one final message. You asked for space. I found myself in it. I wish you well, but we're done. Then I blocked her number. And the peace returned instantly. And I never, ever looked back.